They're on a break right now, Sylvia, as Madigan conferences with his attorneys to talk about whether or not he wants to make a statement. You know, when some of these convicted criminals make statements in front of the judge and show remorse, they can get time shaved off their sentence. So far, Madigan has not shown any remorse, and that is something that has been noted by Judge John Robert Blakey here. Another takeaway from this stunning sentencing hearing, Blakey has found that Madigan lied multiple times under oath when he took the witness stand as it relates to not only his knowledge of this bribery scheme, but his role in orchestrating all of that. Now, what was that bribery scheme? This was the passage of legislation that benefited ComEd to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars in exchange for Madigan's allies getting paychecks for jobs they never had to show up for. Blakey says Madigan clearly lied when he took the stand in his own defense. Clearly a tactical mistake here from the longtime former House Speaker. And that means his sentence can be enhanced. Blakey says, quote, if a defendant decides to take the stand and if he commits perjury, the court can enhance his sentence. Clearly, Madigan, whatever the final sentence is going to be longer than it would have had he not taken the stand and had he shown any remorse. Now, we also had prosecutors and defense attorneys giving their statements in defense and in opposition to Madigan. Prosecutor Sarah Streaker saying, quote, at the very pinnacle of power of state government, Michael Madigan exploited it to enrich himself. He breached the public trust and his actions hurt all the residents of Illinois. On the other hand, Attorney Dan Collins for the defense, quote, when the government talks about power and greed, that is not the reality. Madigan never received a dime. They want to make Madigan responsible for the long history of corruption in Illinois, but he was just one man doing his job. Blakey also making clear that some of these schemes, especially the ones involving former Alderman Danny Solis, they don't have to have been completed to be a crime. The intent to commit the scheme is every bit as bad as had the scheme gone through in the eyes of the law here. So with all this new knowledge today, Blakey said the maximum sentencing guideline that Madigan could face is 105 years in prison. Now, that sounds extreme. It does not mean Madigan's going to get anything close to that. But because of the perjury under oath, because of the lack of remorse, the guidelines say he could get that much. And right now, they are in a break, and the judge we expect to come back any minute to hand down his sentence. Tia and Sylvia?